Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing this evening? You see, I've got a new mug, so I think it's time to put something festive in it. I think Jason would approve. Oh, if I can get it open. So, Merry Christmas, everyone. Oh, yeah, that hits the spot. A bit of product placement there. No, I'm not sponsored. They charged me for that mug. All right, let's see who's in the chat. RDJ Trains, first off there. Good evening, guys. Ivo Van's on. Good evening. Timber Surf's in. Is Jason on tonight? As far as I know, he is. I've got the redirect set up, so when I finish here, I'll go over to him. Flymo's in the house. How you doing, Flymo? Simon Trains Model Railway Showcase. So it's pun time. And there he's put the link into Jason's live stream. Tom Houston's in the house. Hi, Tom. How you doing? And, oh, Rob and Grace are going to be lurking in the background, filming in the shed. I hope it's Model Railways you guys are filming. Not something for your OnlyFans. Hot Dog Pilot Andy, how you doing? And Wolfsec Scenics PW, good evening. How are you doing, sir? General Aviation is in. How are you doing? Any bets on Daniel being drunk by the end of the stream? Oh, Traveling Brian, there's a new name there. How you doing? Slancha? Is it Nolux on a Stitch? It's Irish for Merry Christmas. So how is everyone? Oh, I see Flymo's been putting up links to my cooking channel. Yeah, I put a couple of videos up there today. I actually filmed them back in November. I just haven't been able to get around and edit them. So who else we got? Oh, we've got more people coming in now. Chris Valley 56, good evening. Right, tonight, continuing on the Thomas theme, seeing it's Christmas, we got Thomas himself going around with Annie and Clarabelle. We've got Emily going around pulling one circus wagon, because that's all she can pull, because she's only got one driving wheel and one set of pickups. Edward's going around by himself as well, because he needs a bit more weight in the tender. Because he can't pull anything, so it needs a bit more weight in the tender. And we got Duck going around pulling some of the naughty trucks and a milk wagon. So that's what we're going on tonight. James Wally's in. Good evening, James. How you doing? So tonight's just general chit chat before the big day arrives. Watch Thomas and his friends go around. You got any questions, pop them in the chat. I'll be here slowly pickling myself. If any of my kids are watching, a few of them are out tonight. If you need a lift, you're out of luck tonight, I'm afraid, guys. So you got any questions, pop them in the chat. Actually, during Jenny's live stream, I actually got some work done on the layout here. You won't be able to see it because it's all gone on underneath. So these 3-4 sections I've actually got wired in. So that I can run Thomas a bit more slowly this week because these are all better powered now. So I've connected all the droppers to the bus. I've soldered some of the joints across to carry the power across. I've got this section over here to do, which I'll get done over the weekend, hopefully. And then really then the big job is these sections here where I'll have to take them up because you've got all the points and everything in there to wire. So that's going to be a job for over Christmas. So hopefully by the time the new year's done, I'll have all the wiring on the main layout done. I still need to put in the track for the TMD at that end. So that's something hopefully get done as well. But, you know, let's see how much free time I get over Christmas. And Bill lurking on camera 3. Yes, he is. It's just there. Soder Dan, the man would, yes, he would approve, yes. Is there whiskey in the cup? Kind of. It's got Bailey's. Yeah, Donegal taxi is off meter tonight. Indeed, I am, Timber Surf. It's not very often I have a drink, but I think it's Christmas. Spending an hour with you guys. I can relax, have a drink. Just be careful I don't drink too much and say things I shouldn't. Yeah, if it was, I am partial to a bit of whiskey. I do like Jameson and Crest of 10. But to be honest, you could probably count on one hand the amount of times I've had a drink this year. There was my brother's wedding in August. I had 1 pint over the whole weekend. So like you. Yeah, I want to keep make sure there's no bloopers for Brian. He seems to have one for me every month. Usually either involves me burning myself or my trains leaping off the layout. The problem with Bailey's is it's just so easy to drink. Make sure the handle doesn't hit Edward on the way around. You're all very quiet in the chat tonight. drink down the hatch. Yeah. Yeah, so I think I've got everything ready for Christmas now. Just the last bit of fresh food. Waiting to see what Santa leaves. Well, I know a few things Santa's going to leave under the tree for me because I've asked for them. And I've made a couple of Christmas purchases as well, which I'll save for after Christmas so you can see them all. In fact, some of these down here, these hoppers, were treating myself to them back in October. I've had about half a bottle over the year. There was beer taken on the wedding day there back in September. Well, that would be an economical matter. Not wrong with a bit of medicinal whiskey. You know what I really like is hot whiskeys when I got a head cold or something. But if you have a hot whiskey with a slice of orange in it instead of lemon, it takes it to a whole nother level. Busy tonight. First, Dugmore Junction live, and this, and then Jason. Will there be a Christmas haul video? I don't know. I might just show it on my live stream, or I might just do a video. I did actually last week, because I was ill last week, Sunday and Monday. I was supposed to build just a little circular layout to go into the wagons to run the Christmas train. And I actually built that in a day. So there's a video would have come out on the snow effects, and the video on which I'm actually releasing Christmas Day, because it's more or less if you get a train set for Christmas, this is what you do with it: building a basic baseboard and some ballasting and stuff. Even though in the movie I said, "Oh, you leave it for 24 hours to dry," I was there with the hairdryer going around it trying to dry it because I had to get it done. So it was actually done in about 8 hours. I knew a guy who used to drink hot whiskey with ice in it. Yeah, so there's actually a video out Christmas Day. That's cute. Channel members would have seen it already of me putting the layout together. So if any of the channel members have watched it, that layout and the grass and the snow and everything was done in a day. In fact, you can see some of the glue is still wet when I'm doing the rest of it. So yeah, it was just to try and get it all done. And of course, because I put it in, I couldn't have it running because the glue hadn't properly dried yet. So there's just a shot with the train static with me doing the outro on it because I couldn't get the tracks clean because everything was still wet. Hi, Brian. How's it going? Layout building speed mode. Yeah, speed mode in the hairdryer. With a hairdryer on it, I had a little fan blow heater sitting on it, drying it off. Oh, it was... yeah, last week I just spent the whole week chasing because I was ill for 2 days. I couldn't do anything at all. I was just chasing my tail. And this time of year, mega busy anyway with Christmas, getting the house sorted with the kids and stuff going on in the museum, trying to get the layouts ready. It was just... Hermitage Road, Pete, how you doing? Hope you're keeping well, sir. Yeah, so if you've got any questions, pop them in the chat. I've had a load of new subscribers recently asking questions and stuff. So if there's anything you want explained, anything you're stuck on, pop the question in the chat. Just remember, there's no such thing as a stupid question. The only stupid question is the one that you didn't ask. Oh, I feel that Bailey's hitting me already. Yeah, coffee's better with a whiskey in it too. Yeah. Do you know what I like is sometimes having a coffee, because I don't normally drink coffee, but having a coffee and using Bailey's instead of milk, or even a hot chocolate with a lump of Bailey's in it. Holiday Way LLC. Good afternoon from the United States. Well, hello. How are you doing, sir? Welcome. What part of the States are you from? East Coast, West Coast, somewhere in the middle? Do tell us a bit about yourself. Yes, it is just coming up to 7:45 here in Donegal in Northwest Ireland. Bailey's, one slice or two. Oh, Brian, I bet your missus does some mean Bailey's cakes and cheesecakes and stuff. Was it Bailey's with lime juice? Don't try this at home. I remember one of my great aunts. She was not a drinker, and we had some Baileys. She said, "Oh, I need something to water that down." She got orange juice and put it in, and there was just this curdled mess in the glass. She drank it. Aren't you from the Great Smoky Mountains, home of the Tennessee Valley, number 4501 Southern? Very good. Sorry, it's very rude. I got my back turned to you guys here. Put it around this way. Need a little hook to put the phone on. I did go to a pub in Northumberland on Sunday with a few friends, had a double DiSarno and Coke for the first time in ages. Ooh. Not to worry, it can't be helped. It's a shame you won't be over, Brian. Good to catch up with you because I'll probably be in and out of there over the weekend. Valerie's in the house. Hi, Valerie. How are you doing? No, not from except more Baileys. Exactly. Currently running my Backman HO. Very good. Oh, Trevor's in. Hi, Trevor. How you doing? We have tiramisu cocktail Baileys and apple pie Baileys to sample over Christmas. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, I've got the fire lit again here this week. It was quite warm at the beginning of the week, and then it just turned a little bit cooler. Yesterday and today, there's a bit of ice on the car this morning. It's about 3 degrees outside at the moment. It's up there for a railway line that recently reopened, the Northumberland line to Ashton. Oh, very good. Oh, Trevor's on the beer, still at Artois. Kalula, avocado, coffee custard. That was a kick. Yeah, everything's still running. Anything stopped? No, everything still seems to be running. Yeah, everything's running a little bit nicer now. I got these sections finally wired in properly. As I say, that section will be done over the weekend, hopefully. Got it ready to go. And then these 3 sections will be a bit more intense because they've got all the points on them. Would you rather not have cork bed underneath? Usually I do put cork bed underneath, but this was an evolving layout and I wasn't sure what way I was going to keep it as I built it, and I sort of put the track down. There's a section over here where I actually started building it and put cork down, and then I sort of started laying track without the cork, and it's sort of stuck in this position now, so I'm probably not going to put any cork down. Yeah, there's an argument that if you put cork down, it will help make a better ballast shoulder. And people say sound deadening, but I find once you've put the ballast down and the glue and everything, any sound transfers through the ballast and all that into the wood anyway, so you still get that bit of a drumming sound. Bit of ice in my car, 5 tonight, supposed to thaw in the morning. All right, okay. Great group out of 3 degrees. Yeah. Yeah, I did get the email, Valerie. I'm just wondering if we have the Inver layout back by then. I might take up and display the layout. But the thing is, I would actually need some help to run the layout. Because unfortunately, I can't rely on my kids anymore because now they've all got weekend jobs, so they're not as available anymore. So if I can round up 2 or 3 people, give me a hand over the weekend. If you know anyone, Valerie, who'd mind helping out. I'm looking at you as well there, Tom. Anybody who's in the north? Oh, Leslie's in the house. He's watching on his phone. Hi, Leslie. As Holiday Ways are saying, currently in the Southeast USA. Pierce O'Neill's in the house. Hi, Pierce. How you doing? Oh, I hate watching live stream over the phone. Can't use that. If he's laughing at my jokes, the whiskey Bailey's is kicking in. Maura Curran's in. Hi, Maura. How you doing? Oh, what's all these messages that are being retracted? What are you guys saying? I've got a video mastering and it affects lives. Well, Valerie, if there's someone spare. Tom, I thought I escaped. Nalog Lewin, or is that how you pronounce that? I'm probably butchering that, Chris. It's good to have the usual gang in here the week before Christmas. I don't know if I'm going to do a live next Thursday. Of course, that's St. Stephen's Day or Boxing Day, whatever you call it. Now, traditionally, that's the day in my family that we actually have our Christmas dinner. So, might be too full, or I might want to get in here and play with some new toys. It's funny, I'm looking at my phone, I can see myself drinking. What's that? So it's been sitting in the fridge for a couple of days, so it's nice and cold. And it's Tesco Club card, you get £9 off it, so. The London Transport Duck, good evening. How are you doing? You're seeing double? No, not yet. Nasty freight train accident in Texas yesterday. Heavy loads pipe and taken across a crossing with escorts, and a freight train ran straight into it. Oh, no, Transport Duck, good and bad as usual. Like, I presume in the US they would have the same thing they would have over here, where you would ring ahead and say we're going to cross, if you've got a slow vehicle moving across a crossing, to see if there's any trains. Yeah, sounds like bad planning, yeah. So it's starting to get a bit warm in here. Thought for a brief moment you were going to dispense with the mug. We'll just start chugging from the bottle. Do you have any London Transport or London Underground stuff, if not a Ginty? I do have a Ginty, but it is a Northern Irish Ginty. I got two of them to 5'3" gauge for Northern Ireland Railway. And after some trialing, they spent most of their time then in a marshalling yard just shunting. They didn't actually do what they wanted them to. I'm not actually sure where it is at the moment. Just looking around here, because I've had to tidy up and put stuff away. So it's probably in its box somewhere. Yeah, this layout is 00 gauge. The layout, the Inver layout that will be taken to the show is actually got scratch built track on it. It's 21mm track in O gauge. So obviously 21mm, 7mm equals a foot. So 21 divided by 3 is 7mm. So it's actually 3 foot. Of Irish, can you double head them on the layout? Yeah, I could. Not tonight because we're just having this Thomas running session, but certainly in the new year, I've got an A class and a 181 and a 121. Could double head them. The thing about living above a pizza shop is I don't have to use heating 5 to 12. That's how you rig a pizza. Yeah, that's my missus recently changed jobs. She was working, she does accounts and that sort of thing. And she was, the pub she was working in done food. And every day she would come home absolutely reeking of, even though she wasn't in the kitchen or anything like that, she was up in the office. She would come home absolutely reeking. Now she's got this job now. She doesn't come home stinking anymore. She could kill me for saying that. No, I don't have Stephanie. I have Thomas, Edward, Henry, Emily, Duck, Davies Diesel, James, Bill and Ben. I have a Percy, but he's not DCC'd. I have a Gordon. He's in repair at the moment. I think that's the only locus I have. I've got Gordon's coaches. I've got James's coaches. I've got some naughty trucks. I've got the circus wagons. I've got the Royal Mail coach, the mail coach that came with a Percy set. Because a few years ago, when Hornby lost the license to produce the Thomas the Tank range, I happened to be in Swindon, where they used to have an outlet shop in the outlets in Swindon, and they were selling off. I picked up a Percy train set. I think it was for 20 quid, and Thomas one for another 20 quid, and they were selling off James's coaches for like a tenner each. So I bought a few. New German Junction, great, good evening. How are you doing? Oh, Kieran's as well, J94. Good evening, Kieran. How are you doing? Did you get a good discount? Got Thomas and a bill set for cheap, and then bought Ben for the same amount. Yeah, I got here a Thomas set for my daughter, and I actually got the James chain set for my missus, because each one of the engines belongs to one of my children or nieces or nephews. So Emily is Rachel, and many of you would have met Rachel at shows. She's the one who's usually helping me. Bill is also Anna, and you would have met her at a few shows. Thomas belongs to Nicola. Gordon is my son's Mark's. And then Edward and Henry belong to my nephews, Noel and Oshin. And then Duck and Devious Diesel were a niece and nephew, Hannah, Lisa, and Adam. And since then, I've actually had some more nieces and nephews, so probably need to buy a few more characters. Ben is my daughter Jennifer's. She's actually got that somewhere in a box. And of course, I ended up with Percy. New any gauge or large scales? Well, what I do have here is a G gauge remote controlled steam engine. Let's get this out so people can have a look at it. I haven't actually run this in a while. Ooh. You can see that there. So this is remote controlled. It runs off butane. So you put the water in the tank, put the gas in there, and you can run that on G gauge track. Where did I get to? I do have a 009 Donegal rail car. I can't actually get to it at the moment to show you, but on this layout, as it gets built, there will be some 009 on it as well. Kathy Jackson, good evening, Kathy. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Jobbers Crunchman Hall. Was not a fan of that Emily model. Backman did a better job. I would say they probably did. Like Emily there can only pull that one wagon because she has one set of driving wheels and those wheels have pickups on them. So And there's a slight incline there. There's not much, but it struggles going up them with anything else. And the same with the Edward. He needs a bit of weight in the tender because the tender isn't sitting on the rails. Excuse me. So a bit of weight in him would help. Yes, the train shop. Don't forget to check them out. That's people on the mug. Simon's put the link in for them. Yeah, this is, although this is a, what was it, a 262, we painted it up to look like Drumbo, which is actually a 264, but hey, it's to look like Irish narrow gauge. Do you have Trevor the traction engine? I suppose what have I got left to get? There's Toby, Stephanie. They're actually bringing out one called Rebecca, which is my missus's name. So I already got her a class 47, I think it is, called Rebecca. Markland Train Youngster, good evening. How you doing? You have to do a video of all your Irish model trains. I don't have that many. I've got a Lima 201 here, which isn't actually DCC'd. I've got A-Class, a 121, and a 181. I've got a few Irish coaches. And, of course, I got the Ginty. What brand of trains do you use? Well, I have Hornby, Bachmann, V-Trains, Acura Scale, and I have a Helgin as well. Which ones do I find the best? They all have their pluses and negatives. I have some of the Hornby railroad stuff, which is your starting locos. They're cheaper. They got traction tires. They can't pull a great load. They can't go up inclines, but they're cheap. Bachmann's, they're usually very good, but then they're more expensive. Same with Acura Scale. They're very good. Of course, my Irish trains, they're Irish Railway models, which is the Irish arm of Acura Scale, and also Murphy's models. So I have a whole range, and to be honest, I probably do prefer Bachmann and Acura Scale, but Hornby have their place for all the beginners out there. If it wasn't for Hornby, a lot of people wouldn't start in this hobby. Oh, there's Flammo putting a link to my channel. Yeah, so if you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe, give me a like, give me the old thumbs up, share the stream. No Fleischmann or Rocco, I'm afraid, Ivo. How many Irish locomotives do you have? I would have 5. Have you ever tried Markland? Yes, I did actually buy a Markland train set at one of the shows. Somebody was selling it off cheaply, and I actually done a video on it to have a look at it to see what it was all about. So I do have a Markland train set. Hi, Jerry. It's a flying visit. Wish everyone a very happy and peaceful Christmas. I've got commitments tonight. No problem, Jerry. Merry Christmas. I hope you have a good one and a even better New Year. Planning to do a review of the 101 class when they come out, as you said you got. Yeah, I probably will do, yes. I have 2 Railroad Class 66. One is a bit weak, but the other is as powerful as my Bachmann 66. Yeah, like I think like people give out about Hornby, but Hornby do a range of locos. They do their basic railroad right through to their, you know, better quality, better design, more detailed models. And the price of them reflects that. Oh, I've got a Sutton loco as well. I'm just looking at my cabinet there, I can see it. I started with a Triumph Princess Elizabeth back in 1953. It still runs. Yes, you did do a Class 66. Yeah. Everything still appears to be running. Or is that the Baileys hit me and I just think everything's running? It's actually sitting in a pile somewhere on fire. Yeah, as Maura says, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Markland Train Youngster. The annoying thing is I don't know where to buy Markland or any brand of stuff because I'm in South Africa. I would just give a quick Google search and also find out if there's any clubs near you that would have information or any other modelers. Alan White. Good evening, Alan. Happy Christmas all. I think you'll be out while I'm here. Merry Christmas, Alan. I'm actually starting to feel a bit warm. Like my first train set would probably have been, I got various train sets as a youngster, you know, plastic track and that sort of thing. The first one I sort of remember playing with was actually my dad's train set. Now, he probably would have got that in the early 60s. It was a Triang, just a little 040 tank with 2 open wagons and a brake fan. I remember he had a Meccano power supply, which was bulletproof. But whatever happened, he must have lost, when he packed away, he lost one of the pieces of track. So I didn't have a complete oval. I just had 7 pieces of track. And I used to play with that, put it backwards and forwards. And of course, I was one of those youngsters who got a screwdriver and took everything apart and seen how it worked. And what's the maximum coaches Thomas can pull? We need a test done. Oh, I don't think Thomas will be able to pull very many. Oh, Thomas is actually a lot better than Emily and Edward at the moment. American train so it does ship to South Africa. They ship to the US. Yeah, I'm sure people will ship to South Africa. Oh, Valerie's off. Yes, Valerie, you have a great Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'll chat to you soon. Maura's saying she has a mixture of Irish, English trains, quite a few Hornby engines and coaches, and never find issues with them. Yeah, some people are just a bit too picky and just forget that they paid, you know, they're comparing their 90 quid Hornby to their 250 quid Bachmann, and there is no comparison. If you compare a 250 quid Bachmann with a 250 quid Hornby, fair enough. He's the 060 Thomas, which I believe is correct, isn't it? Still take things apart to see how they work. It's putting them back together is the issue, and it's when you put them back together and you find you got a couple of screws left over, and it still seems to be working perfectly. You're like, yeah, well. Santa is bringing me an A-class black livery IRM. Oh, very nice. With sound, Maura, or just? Got my first electric train set trying in '63. Didn't realize Dad bought it from a neighbor, and I'd already been playing with it for at least a year. And I've always got a collection of Fleischmann, Rocco tricks, Scotian model, and the odd Markland mixed in. And Craig's wanting the new Hornby Black 5 steam generator. Oh. Well, I'm going to wait now to January because I'm getting some money for Christmas as well. So I'm waiting to January to see if there's any sales or anything and see what I can pick up. I would like some more of the hoppers here. The CDA ones and the HFA ones, because this is just a mixture of all different hoppers, just so I can have a decent rake. But the main aim now, starting the new year, is to actually get cracking on this layout. As I say, I want to this section here where the points are. Be taking that off. I've got a DCC Concepts. Sorry, there's just a message come up on my TV screen over there. So I've got the DC Concepts. That's going to control the points. It controls the solenoid motors that I'm using. So that'll make them DCC. Let me just find the remote to the TV before it shuts down. Oh, that was thing. Where did I put the remote? There we go. I should do that with me. Oh. So have I started slurring my words yet? There was someone doing a delta with a very bright smoke sound, yeah. What 00 gauge Irish loco would you like to see being made? I think the one that a lot of people would love to see is Maeve, which is the big steam loco that ran from Dublin to Cork and is now sitting in the museum in Belfast. That would be, I mean, when you're stood beside that, that is a beast of a steam engine. I've started off in the 1990s with the way too common Pico sets with a terrible tin plate track. To reveal my 400 plus beer wagon collection is just about every manufacturer in the world. Really? Whereas new Durham Junction, it looks lovely. I have the Flyer Scotsman, very nice. It's TRS that do vaporizing smoke. With sound, oh yeah. It's fantastic sound because I've got an A-class with sound and it is really, really good. Hey, Joshua. Oh, getting your hair cut. All ready for Santa. Down the back of the sofa. Or next to the TV. Yeah, it was actually on the windowsill. Most of the Pico wagons that were in of that era are still in the catalogue with updated chassis. Eh? Someone would recommend her to Backman or Murphy. Yeah, the Ulster Folk and Transport Museum, Coltra. Yeah, it's a beast of an engine. I'd love to see that. It should even run again. Well, the problem is there's very few people now to operate steam on the main line. You can't operate steam on the main line in Northern Ireland. You can only do it in the south. And it is a big, heavy engine. So a lot of the track work wouldn't actually be able to take it anymore. What's the best and cheapest train brand you recommend? Well, here in Ireland, the UK, the starter for most people is Hornby. Now, Bachmann do train sets as well. I mean, that's where everyone starts, is with a train set. And then you build it up from there. Like Hornby, I say, is the place you start if you're going for that 00 gauge. If you're on a continent, I suppose Markland do starter sets. John O'Donoghue, good evening, sir. How are you doing? So Santa on Tuesday, waiting for a southbound train. Feeling surprisingly good today, as I did my Christmas shopping for my mum today. Oh, very good. Hope you got her some nice stuff, Joshua. Irish Maeve is me. Oh, here we go. The different spellings of Maeve. It also depends which part of Ireland you're in, because we all have different dialects of Gaelic. Like Irish, Donegal Irish is different to Dublin Irish, different to Connemara Irish, different to Kerry Irish, Munster Irish. Why not the north? I don't know. They've just, I think because they just don't have the capacity anymore. They don't allow steam excursions on the main line anymore. Yeah, it's the Great Southern Railways Class 800. That's the one, Simon. Vico is the cheapest. Markland is the easier track planner wise. Okay. Yeah, as Craig Newdorm Junction says, smash the thumbs up there, guys. Please smash the thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here. It all helps. I'm not starting anything with you. I just stole it from Wikipedia. Dave Owens, I just got my hair cut, all four of them. Thanks, to enjoy the trains. I actually got a haircut as well. It's getting a bit unmanageable. Every time I get a haircut now, there's more and more gray hairs in it. We've got a script in the browser. Any channels we're sub to automatically hits the like button. Oh, that's very clever. Went to my local school yesterday, was mistaken for the guy who was playing. See, now, I've met Tom, and yeah, I could understand that. He does look... There's Graham, Leamington Station, just in from work. Knackered. You busy this weather, Graham? Only drivable Dutch steam loco is a fairly small 060. Largest maintenance turbine is a 462. Oh. My hair is white now, Trevor. Ooh. What do you do with the old layout when you build a new one? Well, it depends. If I rip up the layout, obviously I reuse the track and buildings and everything I can. 6x4 layout that was in here is in storage at the moment. Obviously my Christmas layout, that's in the railway at the moment for Christmas, and that will be put into storage then until next year. But as I say, a model railway is never finished. You work your way around, all doing what you want to do, and by the time you come back around to here, you think, oh, my skills have improved and I can change this, and I've been playing it for a while, so I want to do this different. And you start again, and you just keep altering it as you go around. All of the mainline certified are extra modes, huh? There's the funny looking Edward. Yeah, it's 10-minute warning. Barnabas Junction in 10 minutes. Oh, there's RG. Is that the link for the add-in? I presume it is. Guys, could you send that to me on Messenger so I've got it? Because I'll lose it in the chat here. And what's going on with Holyhead, guys? I did say to Grace I was going to come over and get the ferry over and visit you guys. And the next thing I hear, Holyhead's closed. Someone's ripped out the port and the docking. If you don't want me to come, just, you know, just say so. Oh, Pierce is off. Happy Christmas. Yeah, happy Christmas to you, Pierce, and a Happy New Year. I hope you have a good one. Hope Santa's good to you. Is any rail a good train? Yes, it is, James. I use it quite often. I've actually paid for it. I use it for when I'm doing something like this, where I'm planning points and stuff like that, for putting it all in and see how it fits and what sort of space it takes up. That's what I find it very useful for. If you're new to model railways and you don't know too much about the radiuses and where everything fits in, yes, it's very, very handy for that, because they have the track libraries for all, well, from what I can see, all the scales and all the manufacturers. So I find it really good for that sort of thing. Yeah, actually, Graham done an any rail plan for this, and I sort of adapted what he gave me. He had some good ideas. It's very good for planning, just seeing if everything will fit in and the curves aren't too sharp. If you've got a plane, you can fly to RF Valley instead of using the ferry at Holyhead. Well, I used to have a pilot's license, and I did fly from Sligo to Bristol once in a 172. That's a Cessna 172. Oh, there's the links for the Donegal Railway Heritage Facebook page. And our shop, our calendar is available. I think we've almost run out of them now. Have I got... All proceeds obviously go to help run the museum. Many reviews, 30,000 views. Oh, really? That's one of my videos that gets the most views, and it gets views every week. It comes up in my stats. Is the one I done on DCC, and I've done a couple on DCC since then, and none of them touch it. And the next one that's most popular is the first one I done on inclines. I flew from Southampton to Guernsey in a Norman Bitten Island, and I'm surprised the wings didn't shake off. Those little planes, they are tough. Oh, there's a link for the membership. If anybody wants to become a channel member, get early look at the videos. And anybody who's new here, any money that this channel raises, I don't use it myself. So the membership, the ad revenue and everything goes to help maintaining the model layouts in the Donegal Railway Museum. So I use that money to buy new track, rolling stock, that sort of thing, and keep them maintained and build new sections to them. I think Finnish keeps watching your DCC video. He loves DCC. I thought he'd be in tonight because I sent him a picture of the mug saying I've got it ready for tonight. You know, doing the old product placement. He's quite a salesman because I got that Gordon off him. And he said, oh, do you want a mug as well? And I went, yeah. He said, oh, £6 for the mug. I thought, £1,000. And then he said postage. And I thought, you know what, I might as well look, see what else I can get on there. So, you know, getting a parcel sent over. And I bought something else as well, which I'll save for another video. Fly me if you've never flown. Really? One more highlight. Flew for the first time. And you flew to Dublin, wasn't it, Simon? Now, here's the worrying thing is my uncle in Bristol, he's retired now, but he used to work for Airbus and Rolls-Royce. And he's never flown, and he refuses to get into a plane. And he builds the damn things. So I'm like, what does he know? And he said, no, there's no way. He actually built parts for Concorde as well. Ground chairman. Yeah, yeah, ground chairman can no more be Flymo. At one time for my job, I was flying once a week, well, twice a week there and back, sometimes more than that. And I'd done that for 2 years. And it was Ryanair or EasyJet, so there was no building up points or anything. First flew back in 1969, Gatwick to Munich. Ah. Adam never flew. What's your nickname? I refused to fly in one particular aircraft because I need to hear it. I've only been abroad once, and it was a honeymoon with the ex-wife. Best to say, it wasn't the best experience I had, but the company might have something to do with it. And I've flown hundreds of times like Mark and been at the controls too. Yeah, there's nothing. I remember when I was doing my training for my commercial license, there's nothing like when you're flying instrument. So you're flying in IMC, meteorological conditions, and you take off and you fly through the cloud and you pop out into the sunshine. Nothing beats that. That is just, oh, it's just magical. David Owens, Merry Christmas, everyone, and a Happy New Year from North Carolina. Well, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you, David. I hope you have a good one. Grounded. And Tom did weekly flights on and off for 20 years, yeah. I was called Adam too, and he wouldn't get in the plane. We called him BA. Oh, we got 1 minute to go. And Leslie's first flight was around 1970 on Austria at Skegness, white doing national service in RAF. It was the first time he flew, yeah. Oh, Barnabas Junction has said good evening to everyone in this chat, so he'll be going live soon. Okay. Ice cold Budweiser and wrapping gifts. Right. I'm not going to get to the end of the chat, but I'm just going to have a little drink just to toast all you guys. And then I'll end the stream. So, guys and girls, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thanks for being part of this channel and part of this community. Thanks for subscribing and being here. We've got a fantastic community. I love doing these Thursday night live streams to you guys, having the chat and the crack. New faces popping in all the time. So I really do hope you and your families Have a fantastic Christmas and an even better New Year. So, Nulloch Son of Stitch, Sláinte Macarja, cheers. And with that, I will end the stream and I'll see you over in Jason's. Take care, everyone. I might be here next week. I don't know. If not, I'll see you the week after. Take care, everyone.